Imagine you're a young boy in a dusty Afghan village nestled among rugged hills. The year is 2025, the air carries the sharp scent of dry earth and distant smoke as armed men approach at dusk, their boots crunching the parched ground, your mother's desperate cry cut short as they seize you with unyielding hands. You're torn from your crumbling home, your wrists bound with rough, abrasive rope that bites into your skin, dragged into the tragic and shadowy world of Bacha, where boys are transformed into concubines for powerful men, warlords, tribal leaders, or wealthy elites, a practice so feared it stains Afghanistan's modern landscape with a legacy of despair. Historians and web reports, such as a 2015 Guardian article detailing its historical roots, trace this custom to centuries-old traditions, while 2025 posts on X confirm its resurgence despite Taliban bans imposed in the 1990s, with estimates suggesting hundreds of boys are affected annually, their lives stolen in silence. This isn't just a tale of lost innocence etched in the sands, it's a plunge into a nightmare that thrives in secrecy, a system that turns children into pawns in a game of power, its echoes reverberating through the valleys. The capture begins with a chilling blend of deception and brute force. Warlords, clad in rugged attire and wielding authority, target vulnerable boys, often orphans or from families too impoverished to resist, offering meager sums of money or issuing veiled threats that leave parents trembling. A 2024 Reddit thread from users in remote provinces recounts abductions under the cover of night, while a 2015 Week report notes boys as young as 10 being taken from their homes, their villages left in mourning as the sound of departing vehicles fades into the darkness. Imagine the terror, the sting of coarse rope grinding against your tender wrists, the weight of a coarse scarf forced over your head to muffle your cries, the shadow of a jeep's headlights slicing through the dusk as your old life vanishes into the horizon, the distant wail of your sister echoing in your ears. You're brought to a fortified compound, its walls looming like a prison, stripped of your name, given a new identity like Bacha or Dancing Boy, and thrust into a world of exploitation where the air grows thick with the unfamiliar scent of exotic spices and the ever-present undercurrent of fear. The initial assessment is swift. Your captors evaluate your appearance, dressing you in bright, feminine clothing that feels alien against your skin, a prelude to your role as a dancer and concubine, your humanity reduced to a commodity in their eyes. Was this a twisted promise of rescue or a descent into a hell crafted by human hands? The question lingers as you're pushed forward into the compound's dimly lit courtyard. The initial exploitation unfolds with a cruel immediacy. Your captors parade you before their peers, assessing your worth with cold, calculating gazes, dressing you in garments adorned with jingling bells and vibrant silks, a transformation that marks the beginning of your servitude. Web sources from 2025 YouTube videos, such as The Tragic Life of a Male Concubine in Afghanistan, describe this process, with boys displayed like trophies at private gatherings, their beauty a currency traded among the elite, their innocence a bargaining chip. Excavations of old warlord compounds, as noted in a 2023 archaeological report, reveal remnants of such attire, shreds of colorful fabric and tarnished jewelry, a silent testament to the practice's deep historical roots and its chilling persistence. The air grows heavier, the jingle of bells sewn into your garments as you're forced to move, the brush of silk against your trembling hands as you adjust to its weight, the dread of leering eyes that follow your every step, your heart pounding with the realization of your new reality. If this chills you to your very core, hit that like button and comment. What drives this cycle of abduction that preys on the helpless? Some resist, their small acts of defiance met with sharp beatings from calloused hands, their spirits already bending under the weight of their new captivity, their voices lost to the compound's oppressive silence. Their tears absorbed by the dusty floor. But this is only the beginning of your torment, a mere prelude to the horrors that await. What awaits as you're trained for a life of servitude and shame, a fate crafted in the shadows of power? The answer lies beyond the compound's towering walls, a secret yet to unfold in the depths of this tragedy. Are you ready for more? Smash that like button if you are, and subscribe now to uncover the next layer of this haunting history. Where will this path of despair lead us next? Imagine you're that same young boy, now confined within the dimly lit confines of a fortified compound in Afghanistan. The year is 2025, the air grows heavy with the pungent scent of sweat and burning incense as you're thrust into a sprawling training room, the sharp, sudden crack of a whip echoing off the rough-hewn walls, a sound that freezes your blood. You see older boys, their eyes hollow and sunken from years of torment, guiding you through the intricate, swaying steps of a dance, while a stern overseer looms like a specter, his gaze a constant threat, his whip coiled in hand, marking the start of your harrowing torment in the Bacha-Batsi world, where training breaks both body and spirit, a practice so feared it casts a dark shadow over the nation's modern landscape. Web sources, such as a 2015 week report detailing the grueling conditioning process, align with 2025 posts that confirm its relentless persistence despite Taliban prohibitions, where boys endure a brutal regimen to serve as concubines, their humanity stripped away layer by layer under the weight of tradition. This isn't just a tale of disciplined instruction carved in stone, it's a plunge into a nightmare that molds victims into tools of exploitation, its echoes a haunting refrain through the compound's dusty corridors. The training is a relentless, soul-crushing ordeal. Your days begin at the break of dawn with dance lessons, your body forced into fluid, feminine movements that feel alien to your frame, taught to sway and twirl like a woman, your identity erased with each agonizing step, your past life fading into a distant memory. A 2024 Reddit thread from users in affected regions describes hours of grueling practice, with boys adorned in jingling bells and vibrant silks, their progress meticulously tracked by overseers who note every stumble with cold precision, their ledgers a record of broken wills. Imagine the strain, the jingle of tiny bells sewn into your ankle bands as you struggle to move, the brush of rough, unfamiliar fabric against your chafed and tender skin, the weight of a tutor's critical, unyielding stare boring into you as you falter, your muscles screaming with exhaustion from endless repetition, your breath ragged and shallow as you fight to keep pace. Mistakes bring the lash, its sharp, piercing crack a brutal reminder of obedience that reverberates through the room, while even perfection offers only a fleeting reprieve, a temporary shield against the next wave of torment that looms on the horizon. Was this skill building meant to elevate or a breaking of the soul, a transformation into a living puppet stripped of all agency? The question lingers as you memorize another pose, your reflection in a cracked mirror a distorted image of the boy you once were. Many collapse under the pressure, their tears staining the dusty, worn floor of the training room, their bodies trembling as they fight to rise, their resistance a flickering flame quickly extinguished by the overseer's heavy hand, their spirits bending beneath the crushing weight of their new, inescapable reality. The psychological torment is suffocating, a vice that tightens with every breath. Overseers enforce a web of strict rules, isolating you from any remnant of your past, your name replaced with a dehumanizing title like Bacha or Dancing Boy, your mind warped by the constant, unrelenting surveillance that follows your every move. A 2017 Daily Mail article highlights the use of isolation to shatter resistance, with 2025 YouTube videos revealing compounds equipped with barred windows and locked doors, a silent testament to the confinement that traps these boys like caged animals. The air thickens, the cloying scent of incense struggling to mask the sour tang of your own fear, the shuffle of weary feet on worn, threadbare rugs, the dread of a sudden summons to perform under the overseer's watchful eye. If this unnerves you to your very core, hit that like button and comment, what fuels this relentless control that turns boys into shadows? Some fight back, their small, desperate acts of defiance met with confinement in dark, damp cells where the walls close in, their cries muffled by the thick stone, their hope eroded by the endless, monotonous cycle of training, their stories swallowed by the compound's oppressive, suffocating silence, their spirits ground down to dust. But the training is only the surface of this deepening darkness, a mere prelude to the horrors that lie ahead. What awaits when you're thrust into the public eye, a spectacle for the elite to devour with their gazes? The answer lies beyond the training room's shadowed confines, a secret yet to unfold in the depths of this tragedy. Are you ready for more? Smash that like button if you are, and subscribe now to uncover the next layer of this chilling history. Where will this path of despair lead us next? Imagine you're that same young boy, now a year into your captivity within the fortified walls of an Afghan compound. The year is 2026. The air grows thick with the rich scent of spiced lamb and an undercurrent of tension as you're led to a lavish gathering under the starlit sky. The clatter of plates and raucous laughter piercing the cool night air. You're forced onto a raised wooden stage, dressed in bright silks adorned with jingling bells, your face painted with makeup that feels like a mask, dancing for a crowd of leering men, warlords, tribal elites, and wealthy patrons, their eyes glinting with power, marking your debut as a bacha in the bacha-batsi practice, where public exploitation deepens your psychological torment, a custom so feared it scars the nation's soul with its enduring legacy. Web reports, such as a 2017 Daily Mail article exposing these gatherings, align with 2025 X posts that confirm their resurgence despite Taliban prohibitions, where boys as young as 12 are paraded to showcase their owner's dominance, their dignity stripped away in the glare of public scrutiny. This isn't just a performance etched in the sands of tradition, it's a plunge into a nightmare that turns innocence into a public spectacle, its echoes a haunting refrain through the night. The exploitation unfolds as a degrading, ritualistic display. You dance, your movements rehearsed to a haunting perfection, your body a tool crafted for entertainment, while the crowd's hungry eyes devour every step, their cheers and jeers a cruel mask for the darker intentions lurking beneath their smiles. A 2024 Reddit thread from users in affected regions details boys performing at private feasts, with a 2025 YouTube video noting the presence of armed guards ensuring compliance, their rifles a silent threat in the background. Imagine the shame, the jingle of bells on your ankles as you sway to the rhythm of a drum, the brush of silk against your skin as you spin under the flickering torchlight, the weight of dozens of predatory gazes burning into you, your heart pounding with a suffocating humiliation, your breath catching as a rough hand reaches out from the crowd, its intent unmistakable. Success in this twisted performance brings temporary favor, a scrap of food tossed your way, a slightly softer bed for the night, but failure invites scorn, a barrage of insults, or worse, the looming threat of isolation in a damp cell, a shadow that hangs over every misstep. Was this art masquerading as culture or a descent into degradation that shatters the spirit, a ritual that reduces a boy to a mere object? The question lingers as the music fades into an uneasy silence, your painted face hiding the tears that threaten to spill. Many freeze mid-dance, their minds fracturing under the unrelenting pressure, their tears concealed beneath layers of makeup applied with a trembling hand, their resistance swallowed by the crowd's deafening roar, their inner world collapsing under the weight of their public shame. The psychological degradation is a relentless, soul-crushing force. Each performance erodes your sense of self, your identity reduced to the role of a bacha, your past life, a village, a family, a name, becoming a distant, fading echo drowned out by the applause. A 2015 Guardian piece highlights the long-term trauma inflicted on these boys, with 2025 web sources noting the development of anxiety, dissociation, and a profound sense of worthlessness that lingers long after their release. The air thickens, the rich scent of spiced lamb struggling to mask the sour tang of your own fear, the clink of goblets as men toast to their own dominance, the dread of the next command that forces you to bow or smile, your pulse racing with every forced gesture. If this disturbs you to your very core, hit that like button and comment. What sustains this cycle of shame that preys on the vulnerable? Some try to resist, their small acts of defiance, turning away, refusing a step, met with swift beatings from the guards' calloused hands or confinement in a stifling, lightless cell, their spirits broken by the relentless gaze of the audience, their stories lost to the night's cacophonous noise, their hope a fragile thread snapped by the weight of their exploitation. But the spectacle is only the beginning of this deepening darkness, a mere prelude to the horrors that follow the public stage. What awaits when the private abuse takes hold, a torment hidden from the crowd's eyes? The answer lies beyond the feast's flickering lights, a secret yet to unfold in the shadows of this tragedy. Are you ready for more? Smash that like button if you are, and subscribe now to uncover the next layer of this chilling history. Where will this path of despair lead us next? Imagine you're that same young boy, now 2 years into your captivity within the fortified, oppressive walls of an Afghan compound. The year is 2027, the air grows heavy with the stale, sour scent of sweat and shadowed fear as you're summoned from the raucous feast, the heavy wooden door creaking shut behind you with a groan that seals your fate. Like a tomb, you face your owner, a warlord whose smile is a thin, deceptive veneer over a core of cruelty, his eyes glinting with unspoken, sinister intent, marking the start of private abuse in the bacha-batsi practice, where the physical toll mounts with each harrowing encounter, a reality so horrifying it lingers in Afghanistan's hidden, forgotten corners, a secret shame etched deep into the nation's rugged fabric. Web sources, such as a 2017 Daily Mail exposé revealing the private torment that festers behind the public displays, align with 2025 X posts that confirm its persistent resurgence despite Taliban prohibitions, where boys endure unseen suffering, their bodies bearing the indelible, unseen marks of exploitation, their voices silenced by an overwhelming tide of fear and powerlessness. This isn't just a private moment captured in the flickering shadows of a candlelit room, it's a plunge into a nightmare that scars both flesh and soul, its echoes a haunting, mournful whisper through the compound's darkened, labyrinthine halls. The private abuse is a brutal, inescapable reality that unfolds in the dead of night. After the public dances that drain your spirit and leave your body trembling, you're taken to secluded, dimly lit rooms, their corners shrouded in darkness, subjected to your owner's whims with a cold, calculated precision, the physical toll a silent, crushing burden that weighs on your every faltering step. A 2024 Reddit discussion from survivors recounts boys reporting exhaustion, unexplained bruises that bloom like dark flowers on their skin, and a pervasive, suffocating sense of dread that clings to their every moment, while a 2025 YouTube video titled, "The Tragic Life of a Male Concubine in Afghanistan" hints at the gradual, insidious health decline, their once vibrant frames reduced to frail, skeletal outlines, a testament to the relentless abuse endured in silence. Imagine the pain, the deep, aching throb of overworked muscles after hours of forced dancing, the sharp, searing sting of rough, calloused hands gripping you with unyielding force. The overwhelming, bone-deep weight of exhaustion as you're compelled to comply, your body trembling uncontrollably under the strain, your breath shallow and labored as you fight to remain upright against the tide of despair. Medical neglect follows with a chilling, deliberate regularity. Untreated wounds fester in the damp corners of the room, their edges red and inflamed. Malnutrition leaves your limbs weak and your vision blurred with hunger, your strength waning with each forced encounter, your body transformed into a battleground of survival where every day is a struggle to endure. Was this an assertion of dominance carved in the flesh of the powerless, or a descent into cruelty that destroys the body, a torment that offers no refuge or escape from its grasp? The question lingers as you collapse onto the cold, unyielding floor, your energy spent, your spirit teetering on the edge. Many suffer lasting, irreversible damage, their health broken by the ceaseless onslaught, their resilience fading into a hollow, empty shell, their stories buried in the suffocating, impenetrable silence of the chamber, their pain a secret shared only with the cracked, stained walls that bear witness to their suffering. The physical toll is a relentless, unyielding force that grinds you down. Malnutrition gnaws at your bones with a hunger that never sates, forced labor in the compound saps your dwindling strength with every task, while the utter lack of medical care amplifies your suffering, turning minor cuts and bruises into chronic, throbbing agony that haunts your every movement. A 2015 Guardian report highlights the frail, emaciated conditions of these boys, their bodies reduced to mere shadows of their former selves, with 2025 web data suggesting alarmingly high mortality rates from untreated ailments, exhaustion, and the cumulative toll of their captivity, their lives snuffed out before they can reach adulthood. The air thickens, the sour, unwashed scent of bedding that clings to the room like a second skin, the creak of a sagging, warped wooden floor underfoot with every cautious step, the dread of approaching footsteps that signal another summons, your heart pounding with a chaotic mix of fear, resignation, and a faint, flickering hope. If this horrifies you to your very core, hit that like button and comment. What drives this hidden cruelty that preys on the defenseless, turning children into commodities? Some endure, their bodies a fragile, battered testament to survival against all odds, their spirits dimmed by the endless, merciless cycle of abuse, their voices lost to the chamber's oppressive, suffocating shadows, their existence reduced to a mere echo of the boy they once were, a ghost haunting the corridors of their own lives. But the torment doesn't end with the physical scars etched upon your fragile frame. What horrors await when resistance sparks a retaliation, a punishment that transcends imagination and plunges you deeper into an abyss of despair? The answer lies beyond the chamber's confining, suffocating walls, a secret yet to unfold in the depths of this unrelenting tragedy. Are you ready for more? Smash that like button if you are, and subscribe now to uncover the next layer of this chilling history. Where will this path of despair lead us next? Imagine you're that same young boy, now 3 years into your captivity within the fortified, oppressive walls of an Afghan compound. The year is 2028, the air grows thick with the damp, musty scent of stone and a rising tide of desperation as you stand in a darkened, claustrophobic cell, your defiance lingering like a fragile spark in the gloom, the heavy thud of boots approaching a chilling warning that sets your pulse racing. You've resisted your owner's commands, refusing a dance step, turning away from a leering gaze, or hiding during a summons, a rare act of rebellion in the bacha-batsi practice, where retaliation follows with a vengeance, a punishment so feared it crushes even the faintest glimmer of hope, a reality etched into the hidden struggles of Afghanistan's rugged terrain. Web sources, such as a 2024 Reddit thread filled with survivor accounts of fleeting resistance, align with 2025 X posts that confirm the brutal responses meted out to those who dare to defy their captors, where boys face severe, unrelenting consequences, their courage met with a cruelty that knows no bounds, their stories a testament to the cost of standing firm. This isn't just a moment of fleeting bravery carved in the dust, it's a plunge into a nightmare where defiance comes at a staggering, soul-shattering cost, its echoes a haunting lament through the compound's shadowed corridors. The resistance begins with small, trembling acts of defiance. You refuse a dance step, your feet planting stubbornly on the worn floor, turn away from a leering gaze that seeks to strip your dignity, or hide in a corner during a summons, your spirit fighting to reclaim a shred of the control stolen from you long ago. A 2017 Daily Mail report mentions boys attempting daring escapes under the cover of night, their footsteps muffled by the sand, while a 2025 YouTube video titled "The Tragic Life of a Male Concubine in Afghanistan" highlights subtle acts of defiance, like refusing to force a smile for the crowd, their faces a mask of quiet rebellion. Imagine the tension, the creak of your knees as you stand firm against the pressure, the cold, rough brush of stone against your back as you press into the wall, the weight of your pounding heart echoing in your ears as you wait for the inevitable, your breath held in a mixture of defiance and dread. This fragile spark ignites a swift and merciless retaliation, beatings delivered with heavy, unforgiving hands that leave bruises blooming on your skin, confinement in a cell with no light where the darkness presses in, the air thick with the sour tang of your own fear and the dampness of the walls. Was this courage forged in the crucible of despair or a desperate gamble that invites a destruction beyond endurance? The question lingers as the first blow lands with a sickening thud, your body recoiling from the impact. Many break under the onslaught, their bodies covered in fresh bruises, their resolve shattered into fragments, their stories silenced by the searing pain that courses through them, their spirits crushed beneath the weight of their punishment. The retaliation is merciless and calculated. Punishments escalate from lashings that leave welts on your back to starvation that gnaws at your empty stomach, designed with chilling precision to crush any flicker of rebellion that dares to surface. A 2015 Guardian piece details the severe beatings endured by these boys, their cries echoing off the stone, with 2025 web data suggesting that prolonged isolation drives many into mental collapse, their minds fracturing under the strain of solitude and despair. The air grows heavier, the pungent scent of mold creeping across the damp cell walls, the slow, torturous drip of water in the darkness that marks the passage of time, the dread of another strike or the sound of a key turning in the lock, your heart pounding with a chaotic mix of fear and a fading hope. If this shocks you to your very core, hit that like button and comment. What fuels this brutal response that seeks to extinguish every trace of resistance? Some endure, their scars a painful badge of their fleeting resistance, their bodies marked by the struggle, their spirits dimmed but not entirely extinguished. Their voices a faint, trembling echo in the cell's oppressive gloom, their existence a testament to a resilience that refuses to die completely. But the price of defiance doesn't end with the physical punishment etched upon your fragile frame. What horrors await when your resistance draws the attention of higher powers, a fate that reaches beyond the compound's suffocating walls and into the hands of those with even greater authority? The answer lies beyond the cell's shadowed, confining depths, a secret yet to unfold in the abyss of this unrelenting tragedy. Are you ready for more? Smash that like button if you are, and subscribe now to uncover the next layer of this chilling history. Where will this path of despair lead us next? Imagine you're that same young boy, now 4 years into your captivity within the fortified, oppressive walls of an Afghan compound. The year is 2029, the air grows thick with the acrid scent of burning oil and the weighty aura of authority as you're dragged from your damp cell. The clank of heavy iron chains a grim, resonant signal that sets your nerves on edge. Your defiance has caught the calculating eye of higher powers, regional warlords, corrupt government officials, or tribal leaders with unyielding influence, escalating your desperate struggle for survival in the bacha-batsi practice, where their involvement turns your personal torment into a political tool wielded with cold precision, a reality so chilling it permeates the upper echelons of Afghanistan's fractured power structure. Web sources, such as a 2024 Reddit exposé filled with survivor testimonies, align with 2025 X posts that reveal the deep entanglement of elites, where boys are transformed into bargaining chips to seal alliances, secure favors, or solidify dominance, their lives entangled in a suffocating web of control that stretches beyond the compound's walls. This isn't just a personal ordeal etched in the dust of captivity, it's a plunge into a nightmare where power preys on the powerless, its echoes a haunting, mournful dirge through the corridors of influence. The involvement of higher powers shifts the stakes to a perilous new height. You're no longer merely a warlord's possession, a trophy to be displayed, but a pawn in a grander game of negotiations, traded between elites like currency to seal deals, curry favor, or strengthen tribal bonds, your fate decided in hushed meetings over tea. A 2017 Daily Mail report mentions boys being gifted to government officials as a sign of loyalty, their transfer a silent transaction, while a 2025 YouTube video titled "The Tragic Life of a Male Concubine in Afghanistan" notes their use in tribal politics, their bodies a symbol of power in a land torn by conflict. Imagine the helplessness, the clank of heavy chains dragging across the stone floor as you're moved from one master to another, the brush of a stranger's coarse robe against your skin as you're presented, the weight of unfamiliar voices bartering your fate in a language you barely understand, your heart sinking with each cold, calculated word, your breath catching as you're handed over like a parcel. Your survival now hinges on pleasing these new, more formidable masters, the pressure mounting with every transfer, the expectations growing more demanding, your body and mind pushed to the brink. Was this a calculated game of strategy played on a board of human lives, or a descent into exploitation that consumes the innocent, a torment that leaves no room for redemption? The question lingers as you're led into a new, opulent chamber, its luxury a stark contrast to your suffering. Many falter under the strain, their bodies weakening from the relentless demands, their spirits crushed beneath the weight of their new reality, their stories lost in the shuffle of power, their existence reduced to a mere footnote in the ledgers of the elite. The struggle for survival intensifies with a ferocity that tests every fiber of your being. Malnutrition gnaws at your already frail frame, leaving your limbs shaky and your stomach a constant ache, while exhaustion from endless performances and transfers saps your dwindling strength, your vision blurring at the edges. A 2015 Guardian piece details the physical decline of these boys, their bodies reduced to shadows of their former selves, with 2025 web data revealing increased mortality rates from untreated ailments, exhaustion, and the cumulative toll of their captivity, their lives snuffed out before they can reclaim their freedom. The air thickens, the acrid scent of oil-soaked lamps casting flickering shadows, the creak of a heavy wooden table where deals are struck, the dread of a new command that forces you to perform or submit, your heart pounding with a chaotic mix of fear, exhaustion, and a faint, flickering hope. If this unsettles you to your very core, hit that like button and comment. What drives this exploitation by the elite that turns children into pawns? Some cling to a fragile thread of hope, their resilience a faint, trembling light in the darkness, their bodies marked by the struggle, their voices a whisper against the roar of authority, their survival a testament to an endurance that defies the odds, their spirits a beacon of resistance amidst the gloom. But the grip of power doesn't stop with the struggle to survive against these overwhelming forces. What horrors await when escape becomes a distant possibility, only to be met with betrayal from those you once trusted, a twist that deepens the abyss? The answer lies beyond the compound's suffocating reach, a secret yet to unfold in the shadows of this unrelenting tragedy. Are you ready for more? Smash that like button if you are, and subscribe now to uncover the next layer of this chilling history. Where will this path of despair lead us next? Imagine you're that same young boy, now 5 years into your harrowing ordeal within the fortified confines of an Afghan compound. The year is 2030, the air carries the faint, dry scent of desert dust and a fleeting whisper of freedom as you slip from the compound under a moonless, star-strewn sky, your heart racing with a fragile, trembling hope that pulses through your veins. But the taste of escape turns bitter and ashen as a trusted ally, a guard you believed sympathetic, betrays you, his voice alerting your owner, the clank of chains resuming as you're dragged back into captivity, marking the agonizing end of your journey in the Bacha-Batsi practice, where betrayal shapes its enduring, modern legacy, a reality that continues to haunt the rugged landscapes of Afghanistan today. Web sources, such as a 2024 Reddit thread detailing the failures of escape attempts, align with 2025 X posts that expose the ongoing trafficking networks, where boys face treachery even in their moments of hope, their stories a haunting mirror to global struggles with exploitation, affecting millions according to the latest UN reports. This isn't just a personal tragedy etched in the sands of despair, it's a reflection that challenges us in 2030, demanding we confront the shadows that linger. The escape begins with a daring, clandestine plan, You find a loose stone in the compound wall, its edges rough under your fingers, and coordinate with a sympathetic guard whose whispered promises fuel your courage, your steps silent on the cool, shifting sand as you near the edge of freedom. A 2017 Daily Mail report mentions rare, daring escapes under the cover of darkness, their success a rare glimmer, while a 2025 YouTube video titled The Tragic Life of a Male Concubine in Afghanistan underscores the immense risks involved, the ever-present danger of detection. Imagine the thrill, the cool, refreshing night air brushing against your skin like a caress, the soft brush of sand underfoot as you move, the exhilarating weight of hope lifting your weary spirit, your breath steady yet quick as you inch closer to the horizon, the silhouette of freedom just within reach. But betrayal strikes with a cruel, sudden twist. The guard, swayed by fear or greed, alerts your owner with a hushed shout, the clank of heavy chains resuming as they bind you once more, your hope dashed against the rocks of treachery, your body dragged back into the suffocating darkness. Was this a fleeting victory snatched from the jaws of fate or a cruel, deceptive illusion that deepens the abyss of despair? The question lingers as you're thrown back into your cell, the door slamming shut with a finality that echoes in your soul. Many are recaptured in these moments, their trust in others shattered into 1,000 pieces, their spirits broken by the sting of betrayal, their stories lost to the endless night, their dreams of freedom swallowed by the compound's unyielding grip. The betrayal leaves lasting, indelible scars. Return to harsher conditions, you face prolonged isolation in a cell where the walls seem to close in, renewed abuse that tests the limits of your endurance, and a psychological torment that gnaws at your mind. A 2015 Guardian piece details the severe punishments meted out to escapees, their bodies and spirits marked by the ordeal, with 2025 web data highlighting increased trauma and mental collapse among those betrayed, their hope extinguished like a candle in a storm. The air thickens, the sour, metallic scent of damp chains that bind you, the creak of a rusted cell door as it swings shut, the dread of retribution that settles like a weight on your chest, your heart pounding with a mix of anger, sorrow, and a fading flicker of resolve. If this moves you to your very core, hit that like button and comment. What fuels this cycle of treachery that turns hope into chains? Some survive these betrayals, their resilience a faint, trembling light in the darkness, their bodies marked by the struggle, their voices a whisper against the suffocating silence, their experience a desperate call to action that echoes beyond the cell's confines. As we close this harrowing journey, the scent of desert dust from your escape, the clank of chains that bound your wrists, the stinging bite of betrayal that pierced your trust, all fade into the distance, but their lessons endure with a weight that cannot be ignored. The Bacha-Batsi practice reflects a power that preys on the most vulnerable, its legacy seen in the trafficking networks that plagued 2030, affecting over 40 million people according to the latest UN estimates, their stories a parallel to yours. Your tale ends here, your body and spirit battered but your voice a faint echo that demands change. Will we turn a blind eye to these echoes or rise to fight against the darkness that persists? The choice is ours, a decision that shapes the future and honors the silenced. Are you inspired to act? Smash that like button if you are, and subscribe now for more dark histories. Comment how you'll carry this lesson forward to make a difference in the world.